Welcome back to Dubster series where we take a look at something's English dub and let you know how it all lines up. Nomi, you're here. How you doing? Well, me and Nomi are both fans of Final Fantasy, so I figured we'd take a look at Final Fantasy's anime outing, one of them at least. Final Fantasy Unlimited. Nomi, have you heard of this show before we watched it?
No, I I forgot about this, but I had heard of the Final Fantasy OVA thing, but never Unlimited.
Well, I guess let's get right into it. Let's see how Unlimited stacks up. So Final Fantasy Unlimited is an anime by Gonzo, the people behind the OG Hellsing, Afro Samurai, and Strike Witches Season 1. That shows a lot of waifus.
Only the first one?
Yeah, that show switched studios a lot. Don't worry about it. Anyway, it would air in October of 2001 and was actually greenlit by Square immediately for 52 episodes. This was during Square's move to try branching FF out into numerous things, because this came out the same year as everyone's favorite movie, The Spirits Within, and FF10. Yeah, only 1 out of 3 of these was a success. Can you guess which one it was?
I mean, The Spirits Within is a good normal movie.
I haven't seen it in so long, I can't make that call. I do remember not hating it as much, though, back when I saw it when I was real young. But whatever. The point is, again, it's supposed to be 52, but due to very low ratings and the failure of The Spirits Within, this was cut, and the plug was pulled at 25 episodes, and you can definitely feel that.
Especially when we're closer to the end.
Yeah, Square were trying to do everything for this too. They even gave it a promo disc titled Phase Zero, because the DVDs were listed as phases that promoted the anime. I couldn't find this online though. I tried looking. But yeah, ADV would end up licensing this franchise very early on, and there was even talks apparently of a TV deal, but ADV went nope the fuck out the second they saw the Japanese ratings, and just dumped it on DVD in 2003. I don't think you could blame them when they saw that. I don't know. Then again, who knows? Dead Man Wonderland did really well on TV over here. Maybe this would have done better there. I don't know. But yeah, so what is this all about? So,
Yeah, but that had better acting.
well, let's get to the plot of this. In the beginning, a black pillar formed, connecting the two worlds of our world and a world known as Wonderland. Balan Wonderland. Okay, no, it's not that. But as we see two dragons fighting, a white and a black dragon. And soon we're introduced to two scientists, man and woman, and the woman's pregnant, right, Nomi?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they want to see like, oh, this is a great phenomenon. We gotta take a look at Wonderland. Let's go Wonderland, blah blah blah. And yeah, we then fast forward 12 years as we see their kids, who are twins. It's been 12 years since that great event, and their parents have gone missing, claiming that they wanted to investigate Wonderland again, and they left. They went to the grocery store and never came back. Anyway, the twins decide to go to Wonderland themselves to investigate and try finding their parents, because, you know, they want to track them down. Their parents have been gone way too long this time. So they end up taking a ghost train to get there that connects the two worlds, because Final Fantasy VI had a ghost train. And yeah, right? Nobi, you like the ghost train?
Yeah, but no one suplexed the ghost train, so it's already worse.
What is with all these things with trains lately? Mugen Train, Blue Exorcist had the Demon Train, or the Phantom Train. This is a ghost train. The fucking train plotline is real, man. Anyway, it's on here they meet someone named Lisa Pacifist. Yes, that is her name. And she claims she's looking for her boyfriend. She's someone who uses what's known as Keegan arts, which is, I guess, the closest thing to, what, the monk class in Final Fantasy? Kind of?
Yeah, she basically uses like a combo of monk and druids from like D&D, I guess. She like communes with spirits and uses their powers, and she's also apparently practicing ASMR.
Oh yeah, I didn't even say the twins' names. Their names are, I promise you now, I and you. The two most annoying names to say in English. Someone had to have done that on purpose. Come on. They knew Final Fantasy was going to get localized worldwide, or, this anime was. Someone was doing that to be a dick. To be fair, I would have done it.
There's so many times where like Lisa or someone's like, "Hi, you," and
What are you talking about? Someone will shout that, and it's like, wait, are you talking to them, or are you talking to the character you? What's wrong with you? Who? That happens a lot. It's really stupid.
I mean, there is a lot wrong with you, to be fair.
Well, anyway, so yeah, at least Passage, she seems like a nice person, and she wants to help them find their parents. But when they arrive in Wonderland, they also meet some broody emo dude named Kaze, who's apparently lost his memories, and he wants to get them back. All he knows is he wants revenge for the loss of a loved one. As they find out Wonderland has been controlled under the evil forces of Earl Tyrant. These fucking names. True story, when I saw the names Lisa Pacifist and Earl Tyrant before we even started this, I told Naomi we are definitely in for a disaster.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sign, ain't it?
Yeah. And his 4, sometimes 5, warlords of Galleon. Garion? Something like that.
I thought it was Guard because I always thought they were singing like Guardian.
Yeah,
But
I think you're right. Well, whatever the fuck. Also, during this, there is the weapon Omega that's traveling around wrecking shit. And there's a rebellion that wants to take down Earl Tyrant named the Comadine. And there's also a werewolf chick who shows up that Nomi, I think, waifus.
kill you. Also, she shows up specifically in our first introduction to Omega.
Yeah, so. But that's basically it. We're going to introduce our players in a minute or so, but yeah. Do you think our heroes will succeed? Well, I don't know. Either way, the setup at least sounds interesting. I'm not opposed to this. Final Fantasy, each game has its own unique world setup and setting and characters. And it seems like they tried introducing elements from each thing, because you got the monk, druid chick or whatever. You got the edgelord, who's meant to be the pseudo cloud squall.
I mean, he's obviously a summoner, just like
Yeah,
Tina.
yeah, I was gonna say
Final Fantasy
Kaze's fighting
10.
style. Yeah, Kaze's fighting style is he has a gun called the Ma gun, my gun, that he
He
uses
has
to
two guns. He has a regular ass gun, and then he uses the Mao gun when it decides to work. And by decides, I mean when Son tells him the episode is almost over.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that in a bit because again, the premise sounds interesting and there are moments I like, but this show has a lot of bullshit. To be fair,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah.
so he basically the Magun he shoots summons from the games out at the monsters and until the blah blah blah. It's very monster of the week. So it's basically the twins and Lisa arrive at a location, and Kaze will show up halfway through, give or take, when a problem arises to help fight off the scary monster. And he will summon a monster from the games, be it Aetherite, Odin, etc. And yeah, you get the idea. Problem's resolved, move on to the next location. Since again, they're searching for their parents, so it's very easy to make this episodic. I'm guessing they went this route when they heard they had to do 52 episodes and were thinking, well, how the fuck do we pace this out like that? But we'll come back around to this. So, Nomi, the animation. Apparently, it's a mix of 2D and 3D CG. How good does it look, buddy?
3D was a mistake.
Gunzo always does this. Also, what the hell are you doing over there? It's coming through your mic.
Sorry, I don't know. I don't know what that was. Also, yeah, you can tell right away the dragons from the first episode, 3D. So 2 minutes into the episode, you already know what you're dealing with, and it's not good. It's not.
Yeah, again, this was a fetish Gunzo had. They wanted to be early on the CG train because they thought it was the future. And to be fair, every studio today uses it. Even
Yeah, but they
UFO
were
table.
definitely too. They were definitely too early.
Yeah. As far as the 2D animation, though, is like Berserk 2016, where at least that looks okay, I guess.
I mean, it doesn't look. I certainly wouldn't say it looks good, but it's not offensive to my eyes.
Mm. Well, as far as the OST goes, apparently Nobuo Uematsu had Nobuo Uematsu. I probably butchered that. Whatever. Point is, he had a hand in this.
Boyo, he did theme song. I don't.
I don't know if
You
he did the
know.
rest of the OST, but I do. The OST, after sitting through this twice, did start growing on me.
Yeah, there's some decent stuff, and there's a decent number of tracks that are remixes of
Themes
something
from the
from
game.
the
Every time
actual
they win a
game.
fight, yeah, every time they win a fight, you get the victory theme. You get the like four renditions of the Chocobo theme. I am now sick of that song. Um, so as far as the original tracks, I didn't even bring up. We have a narrator named Fabula, who basically says, "I am your guide," blah blah blah. Who occasionally, like twice, gets involved with the plot. We'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, she narrates and exposits some of the things about Wonderland. But yeah, her theme, Fabula's Mansion, I actually really like it. Sounds like something you'd hear out of a Harry Potter thing. You know, like you're entering a magical realm, etc., which you are. Wonderland.
I mean, she literally sits in like a giant clam thing that can teleport, I guess, based on that one episode. So yeah, it's very magical.
Yeah, and then one of our main villains, Mackenzie, his theme is fucking awesome. It has the whole choirs and orchestra and everything. It sounds like an actual boss theme, which is the one theme I couldn't find on YouTube to add to my playlist. You fucks!
Wow, that's rude.
And then there's Departing Wind, which sounds like a piece you'd hear in something like a samurai film. Has the whole flute and everything playing. I don't know, I just like it. It's when, you
Yeah.
know, Kaze's brooding and thinking and shit.
Well,
Overall,
you
the
gotta
OST I
have
actually
good
didn't mind.
music for him. Yeah, it was fine, other than him
And the theme
getting
I
the
can't
noise
get out
out
of
of
my head
Chocobo.
is the theme I can't get out of my head is when he's doing the Magon thing. Magoon.
Well,
You
yeah,
know,
that was
when
such
he's
a big part of our life.
Well, now let's get to the reason you're all here, the dub. And I should mention up front, I am using the DVD set commentaries as a source for any information the Vuz say, so keep that in mind, especially since a lot of these people was hard to look up shit on, since a lot of these people are no names in the voice acting industry. So, yeah, ADV did not dub this themselves, if you couldn't tell by that lead-in. They handed it off to Monster Island, their B team behind the Tekken film, meaning you are not getting Lucy Christian, Vic, Chris Patton, any of the A-listers here.
That would be no. That would have been fun.
Yeah, so ADR director is Charlie Campbell, who did Zone of the Enders anime, which we'll definitely cover at some point. And he worked on One Piece. You'd all probably know him
Everyone
today
did.
as Gran Torino from MHA, though, if you're wondering who that is.
Everyone worked on One Piece. Why do you bother bringing that up?
As far as the second ADR director and the script writer, that would be Elena Carrillo. Who's that asshole? You all get the running joke. If you're new around here, well, she voices someone on the cast list. So whenever someone gets double duty, we call them a dick because they didn't need that extra thing. I mean, to be fair, she said she had fun working on this script in particular. There are some great lines and some really dumb ones. We'll get to that in a bit. So first, we've got our twins, Ai Hayakawa, the girl, voiced by Jessica Shorts, who's Gina from Steam Detectives. Nomi, have you ever been punched by the Esteem? Don't worry about it. It's okay if you don't get it. And Canal from Lost Universe, and Rathan from Legend of Crystania. I don't know, Nomi. with I being the rambunctious, daring, outspoken one, did you find her annoying at all? Because I know some people did.
Uh, I mean, they're honestly, I found her more funny because we like some of the lines were like, "Here's a new character," and then she would comment, "It's like, oh, that was rude." But yeah, I never really found her annoying, except
Yeah,
that one episode we talked about where they like were in a fight randomly. But that was more
yeah.
because it's
I
like,
actually have
why are
that in my notes too. Don't worry, we'll get to that.
I figured. But yeah, other than that, I didn't find her annoying.
I don't think her performance is bad. Jessica would say she had fun voicing. She was fun voicing younger characters because you get to laugh a lot when you're voicing little kids. Although the tricky part is voicing someone much younger than you, finding how high to make your voice. And I mean high pitched. I don't mean high as in oh man. But yeah,
I think she did a decent job at it.
she also said she has a difficult time playing off the Japanese. If the character in the scene hasn't been dubbed yet.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
She did tell a story, by the way, when because there's a running joke when the Chocobo mascot, young kids traveling with a yellow mascot. I haven't seen this before.
No, don't go there.
Sorry.
Someone
Yeah,
will get
there's a
mad
running
at me.
joke where the Chocobo named Chobi eats her hair. It's a running gag, and she screams and flails about wildly because I mean it's fucking bird eating your hair. I think anyone would.
No, there's one scene where he's actually like whipping his head back and forth and like lifting her up off the ground.
He's gonna kill her. But yeah, she said to make it feel authentic, she would move around a lot in the booth, and it actually made her headset fall off at one point. So, like I said, you could tell she had fun voicing the character. So I don't think she's terrible. Her brother, on the other hand, that's a very different story.
Her brother, as our joke always went, it's not human.
He's trying to understand human emotion.
He almost succeeded a couple times.
Yeah, so you, not you out there, the character you, is the opposite of his sister. He's very polite and, proper and everything like that. Has good manners and all that. And usually has to be the one to rein his sister in when she's blah, blah, blah. You all know the twin dynamic by now. We literally just went over this with Blue Exorcist with Ren and Yukio. Man, how weird is that? I wasn't even trying to do that. 2 shows with twins back to back. But yeah. He is voiced by Evan Slack, who I could not find any other role for other than this show. And according to Charlie Campbell, they had lots of kids come in and do line reads for you, and this was the best one they could find.
Would you say that the child slacked off on his voice training?
He would say the 2 hardest things for him was one saying a long line without pausing, which, yeah, I guess,
Fair
and
enough.
nailing down emotions for the character, bringing this whole thing full circle. I'm
I
not
mean,
trying to be mean. I mean, to be fair, in the last handful of episodes, he's clearly improving, but the problem is, it's like, by that point, the show's ending.
if they got the full 50, he might have been a real boy by the end of it.
Well, either way, yeah. For the first few episodes, especially, it's not great. I gotta be fair, it's not great. But hey, let's move on to Nomi's actual waifu, Lisa Pacifist. For someone named Pacifist, she sure fights monsters a lot, huh?
No, she just throws them and then gravity does the work.
What about that episode where she turned into a Keegan dragon?
She didn't fight monsters, she fought the water. I
It sounds so stupid when you say it like that. Whatever.
know.
Whatever. So her whole character plot thread is she puts on a fake smile and awkwardly laughs off everything because she doesn't want to get hurt or whatever and make anyone see how vulnerable she is. Kind of reminds me of Vash in a sense, which I do like this character archetype, so I don't mind that. But yeah.
Yeah.
She's voiced by Sean Sides, who's Fumatsuki from Happy Lesson and King from Nadia's Secret of Blue Water. She originally actually wanted to go ham with the Keegan arts, and shout Keegan arts and act all over the top and everything. But Charlie Camber told her that's not how to do it. Blah blah.
She wanted to go full shonen.
Yeah, basically. She also said she had fun doing the grunts. So I should mention, you don't know me. I was going to ask you this because her and Jessica, Ai's voice actress, said they both like being in the dark when it comes to their characters in an anime, so that way their reactions are authentic. What do you prefer, that, or do you prefer knowing what's coming up so you can prepare and practice for it, like when you're home or something?
I think I would, for the most part, I would prefer like being able to prepare, but if it's like a super emotional scene,
like your character dying.
Yeah, that way I don't I'm not accidentally like watering down the performance by like practicing,
Well, if you guys out there, like, if you were a voice actor, which would you prefer? I think I'd prefer just being in the dark on it. I guess it would be awkward though, because if the person that you're acting off of isn't dubbed yet, make it a little silly. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, she did fine, I guess. She at least has a character arc where she starts developing, but again, the show was cut short, so.
Yeah. Well,
but now we've got everyone's favorite edgelord, Kaze, the Black Wind. What a title.
Why is the Black Wind? His outfit is red.
You mean he's Dante? Hey, he uses 2 guns. Also, his normal gun is useless as fuck, dude. I don't think he kills a single thing with it.
No, he kills plenty of mob enemies. It's just useless against bosses.
Also, his quote every single episode, "It has moved. Soil is my power. The Magon has thawed."
Do the one.
The soil tryout to be used on you has been selected. And then he puts 3. Has been chosen.
It has been decided.
Yeah, has been decided. Yeah. Close enough. He puts 3 capsules. He puts 3 capsules into his gun, and then the summon happens.
It's always a thing like he has like a one-line descriptor, and then it's like Mother Black.
Yeah.
Silver Steel, or there's like 20 different capsules or whatever.
Well, he's voiced by James Brownlee. Jason Bates from Devil Lady. Think he's like Bates from Clock Tower? Dude, that'd be fucking sick. And add voices from Zone of the Enders. He said Kaze reminds him a bit of Clint Eastwood. The whole drifter thing to him, where he's just wandering around and shit.
No, I could kind of see the comparison.
He said one of the actors he drew off of, though, was James Earl Jones. And who doesn't love James Earl Jones? But yeah, he's looking for his lost lover, Mackenzie. I mean, he wants revenge on Mackenzie. Yes, totally not Fujoshi bait shipping the 2 edgelords.
Absolutely not. No, he can't be in love with Mackenzie. There's edgelord flashbacks with the girl.
What?
Remember, he has like flashbacks. There's a girl named like Aura or whatever.
I know, but we what we find out about her. No, you're getting ahead of everything anyway.
I'm not. We get the flashbacks early on.
Yeah, we do, but it's
ahead.
Whatever. Yeah. So, point is, James Brownlee did okay as voicing our edgelord, but it's not like he really I had to do all that much voicing someone who talks like this and is very moody all the time and barely speaks aside from saying his catchphrase of the week.
I will, I will shoot you, Lolly, if I have to.
Get the hell out of here, you dumb kids. I hate you. Anyway, after him is the guide, Fabula, voiced by Claire Hamilton, Anna Williams from the Tekken movie. Don't worry, Fabula doesn't get eaten by dinosaurs in this like Anna did. God, that movie was fucking weird, dude. And Daki from Soul Hunters. She fits. She's typical, again, narrator thing and does the whole, I am your guide, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what else you want me to say. Although the times she gets involved in the plot literally break the plot, which is kind of bullshit. I guess I might as well get into that real quick. You know I mean? Like how she gives I the Pashi pocket thing.
Well, to be fair, that's on I for not thinking, like, I should ask this thing that could give me anything to help. That's on her.
Also, I'm pretty sure this thing is voiced by Charlie Campbell. It's a magic bag that sometimes coughs and laughs and shit. It's really weird.
Yeah, she has tape over its mouth because it eats there's a gag where it eats like half of their food.
Yeah, either way, I am not a fan of this thing because there are several episodes where it's like, Punchy Pocket, give me something to help, and then it spits out something they conveniently need at that time. It's the bullshit pocket is what I call it.
Yeah.
But whatever. Point is, Fabula's okay, yes. They're alright. But now it's time for the real main character, Chobi the Chocobo.
I mean...
Who's also the same voice actor as Cactuar. Cactuar? The cactus things. And yeah. Crux. Crux is created by our main villains to stalk the heroes and tell them where they are. This character is literally pointless as fuck. We will get into why later.
Cuckoo.
Yeah, none of these characters talk, except Crux just says Kukuryu repeatedly, and that's it. And all three of them are voiced by Samantha Inoue Hart, who's Tsukuyomi from Negima, and Delmo from Cosplay Complex, who's not lovely. She was also Village Girl in both the Kenshin motion picture and New Fist of the North Star. Talk about being typecasted. Samantha is genuinely a fan of the games, saying that she's been playing them ever since Final Fantasy II. Which FF2?
Who cares? Yeah, yes.
I hope she means FF4, because the original FF2 is, yeah, that's its own thing.
I've seen people play yeah.
I tried getting into it when I was younger. I couldn't get into it. Anyway, point is, she originally was only going to play Crux, but she begged to play the Chocobo because she loves that bird. She even has a plushie of the thing, as she says.
Yeah, and who can blame her? I have a Chocobo plush. He's adorable.
Yeah, the Folials are better. Wait a minute, basically the same thing. Well, anyway, she would also say that a flying Chocobo was new to her, because, Chobi gets an upgrade where he can fly. They fly now?
He gets an armor, and how dare you reference that? No, I'll kill you.
But yeah, I guess she skipped the Chocobo breeding in FF7. To get Knights of the Round, which I mean, kind of a bullshit part of the game. Don't blame her on that one. She actually had no issues acting off the Japanese, since she actually knows Japanese. You know, that would have been cool if she voiced characters that actually talked. You've got a fan of the games who knows both Japanese and English, and you put her in the character roles that don't even speak.
That's
Who is the fucking retard? I'm sorry, that shit makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, may not fit, but if it's like, oh, you're a fan, you know, I'm like, okay, well, Do you want to? Do you want to be Lisa? Do you want to try out for Lisa? See if that works.
Or one of the Elite Four.
I would. I would have at least like it's like. Let's see if we can get you something better.
Well, at least she was happy being the Chocobo, her favorite role. I mean, she also made a comment saying that this anime is way closer to Final Fantasy than the Spirits Within. That's a fair assessment. Hey, I might not remember that movie
I
very
think
well. I just remember not hating it, but I know it had nothing to do with FF.
it was a sci-fi thing.
That's all I remember about it.
Yes,
But either way,
it was decent.
someone's gonna make us cover that at some point.
Yes.
Back on topic, she did fine, I guess, is all three things, but whatever. But it's time for our main villains. First, Earl Tyrant, who's an evil Shota, which I guess they were
Yeah.
trying to go for the whole thing, like, oh, he looks like an innocent child, but he's evil as fuck thing. But it is hard to take him seriously with the silly voice they gave him in the dub.
I mean, what do you mean? It's the best voice.
Well, he's voiced by Helena Carrillo, our script writer, who's Byakuya from Moyoken, and Chizuru from Samurai X Rurouni Kenshin Reflections. Everything else she ever did was ad voices from what I could find. But yeah, the way that Earl talks is he says that, oh, I'm very happy. No, you're gonna make me mad. I want him dead, you
Yeah.
understand? It's like, what is this voice?
It's a combo of Midwestern and Jersey or Boston.
She said she was inspired with the voice with Lucy from Peanuts. And the hardest thing for her to do, by the way, was doing all the screaming and temper tantrums he has, which he does a lot. I could probably see how that'd fuck up your throat, I guess.
Yeah.
She did fine, I guess. Like I said, it is just hard to take this antagonist seriously with his silly as fuck voice. I was mostly laughing a lot of the time. Doesn't help that he just sits there and eats and bitches a lot of the time, too, until the final few episodes. Anyway. Nomi, he even ate the chocobo meat!
Yeah, he did. He did.
Well, now for his Elite 4, 5... It is complicated. They can't decide.
Don't worry about it.
Well, first we have Asuka, or as I called him, not James, from Pokemon.
Yeah.
He's the one who invented Crux, and I guess he's the Earl's butler. He's the one who brings him food and stuff, and he goes, on this dish, we have despair, with a side of Danganronpa.
What?
What? Anyway, he's voiced by Brian Jepsen, who's Joe the Condor from Gotcha Man. I love that name. And Guyver 3 from Guyver the Bio-Boosted Armor. And Brian would say he loves playing bad guys because it's fun. You get to experiment a lot more with your voice when you're playing bad guys. Though anytime he had to do screaming was hard for him to do.
I mean, he also looks like a jester, so you get to be even more silly with that.
Yeah, that's the type of role I think I'd have a lot of fun playing, is a jester type role.
Yeah.
But yeah, he talks like this. Mm.
He was fun. I liked Oscar.
Yeah, I think Brian did all right voicing him. And I did put it in Japanese a couple of times just to compare the voices. I could tell you Brian was spot on. So, but yeah, the next one we have is Fungus, who's voiced by Grant James, Kokodanjo from Basilisk, or as Dai affectionately nicknamed it a while back, Ballsack. And Mr. Outside from Eden of the East. Damn it.
Who?
Mr. Outside, Mr. Outside from Eden of the East was his other role that I listed. But yeah, he too loves voicing bad guys for a very similar reason, because they're just more fun. I mean, they are. But yeah, Fungus is, well, he's fungus. He uses spores and shit to attack, and he's apparently, allegedly immortal. He can't die because he's a fungus. He just reforms. Yeah. His only weakness is mold. Till he dies.
I'm It's on brand.
I will mention he's actually one of the ones that gets solid motivation, because a lot of these other ones really don't, which I'm guessing is, again, as we mentioned, the runtime. So we didn't even mention this. Wonderland is made up of other worlds that have been devoured and merged into it by Earl Tyrant, which is a lot like Shao Kahn and Outworld and shit. Reminded me of that. And
Mm.
Fungus's whole motivation is very similar to Reptile from the old games, where he wants to basically be loyal to Earl Tyrant to hope that he will eventually revive his realm for him.
Yeah, there's an episode where Oscar's like, we found part of your old planet, and then he reminisces. He was like a general to the king, and they were all immortal
Evidently
until they
not.
weren't.
Yeah, I was gonna say evidently fucking not. He's the last of his race.
Well, I mean, when the moat kills him, he's like, this is the exact thing that killed us last time.
Everything changed when the Mold Nation attacked.
Exactly.
Well, Grant did good. He said it's important for a dub to be good, so that way you don't have to watch the subs, because otherwise you'll look away from the action to read and you'll miss some stuff. Too bad this dub I do not want to say is going to go down in the annals of history, as it were, because again I'm giving some of these people slack. The direction is off in a lot of places.
Yeah. And I mean, you could say like, oh, it's an older thing, but
I
after
want,
hearing some of the things that came out around this time, so
yeah, and even some of the things that came before. But
yeah.
well, anyway, next one is Herba or Herba. The dub can't decide. Who's Plant Lady?
They had one British person working on the strip apparently.
That's my guess. But yeah, she wants to hug people, as she calls it, which is feed them to her plant. She's
Yeah.
obsessed with Kaze, calling him the Magon baby. Yeah, she sends nicknaming everyone baby. The Magon baby, the Lisa baby, etc. I don't think she actually
She,
calls her the
I
Lisa
mean,
baby. I'm just saying that to be
she
funny.
she really likes Lisa.
Yeah. She's kill all the others, but save that one for me.
I wanted to
I was
save
gonna say
that
maybe
one
she's a
for
gay lesbian, but again, that'd be redundant. I do this all the time. I did it. My first girlfriend is a gal. Gay lesbian is redundant. I gotta learn that.
why do you
I
why does
don't
that keep
know. Whatever. Point is,
happening?
she's voiced by Jessica Smollins, who's Sakura from Eden's Bowie, Lori from Maz and Kaiser, and Jenny from Cosplay Complex. That is every voice role I could ever find for her. Maybe there's others. I don't know. Yeah. Even Chibi marked her, but the obvious comparison to Poison Ivy. So, no, I mean, did you
Too
waifu
easy
Poison
one to
Ivy?
make.
Or did you waifu Herba?
I waifued the poison ivy in the past. Then
You
when
don't
I
want
became
Herba? You don't want Herba to hug you.
no, I don't think I would survive.
Pussy. That's what makes lovemaking fun. Wait a minute. But yeah, she also said she likes playing off the Japanese because you get to learn some new words. And, you know, study another language. So she doesn't mind playing off them when things aren't dubbed. She sounds fine, I guess. Some of her lines remind me of a discount Lucy Christian, to be honest. Some of her line reads. Not terrible.
I could see that. He
Now,
does a good
after
job.
that is Nomi's favorite character, and I don't blame him, Peace. Or as they
Oh, he's
sometimes
not
say.
yours?
He's one of mine, definitely. I think he's great. Peace is the scientist. He works in the sea portion of Wonderland. I almost called it Wonderworld. Fuck off, Balin. And yeah, isn't he a starfish, like with a mouth on his back and everything?
Yeah, his eyes are on the what I mean technically the I guess I mean who knows what the back of a starfish is, but yeah, one side is his eyes, the other side is mouth.
Well, yeah, he even does the whole my thing, just like Mayuri. That's how you know he's a scientist, and he's ham as fuck and over the top, and he's voiced by Ed Neal, who's Eggman from the 90s Sonic the Hedgehog film, and Uncle from Naughty's Secret of Blue Water. And he is one of the best performances in this dub. He is fucking great.
Eggman is always the best. That
Yeah,
is the moral of the story.
he actually said he loves playing characters like Eggman and Peace, that he loves that type of shit. Also, I think he's insane. The voice actor, I mean. So I'm gonna break this for a second and just bring up some of the weird shit he was saying on the commentaries that I thought was fucking hilarious. So, for example, they would ask them, well, what other profession would you like to have if it wasn't voice acting? His answer was waitress. It just goes, what? I mean, have you seen how much they get tipped? They could make a lot of money. They're like, well, how'd you get into voice acting? He's like, well, I was really young. I told my guidance counselor, I want to do crazy talk and get paid to sound crazy while talking. And his guidance counselor would reply, you mean a politician? No, stupid, a voice actor. Before immediately going, saying, hey, essay, I really like cheerleaders essay. This guy was all over the fucking place. And yes, it was entertaining as hell to listen to. I think the one that made me laugh the most, though, is they said, what is a sound that you hate the most? Another person on the commentary just said something like, oh, I hate my alarm clock. It's annoying as shit. The sound he said is the IRS knocking on his door. I have so many questions. Why didn't he get to voice in more things, man? This guy's fucking great. But yeah, back on point. He said he likes acting off of the scene in front of him because it tells him what kind of mood the scene is going for and what his characters are going for. So it does help a lot if the animation is really good. Which, I mean, based on what Nomi said, this animation must be, fantastic. But yeah, I don't have a single complaint about his voice acting. Voice acting is, again, directing's all over the place, but he's alright. You agree, Nomi?
He is the best. He deserves a gold star for this performance.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Peace was great. You could tell he loved that role. He's someone who genuinely enjoys this shit. But yeah, after him, we've got the last antagonist, Makenshi, who's Kaze's love for... okay, he's Kaze's rival. He's the White Cloud. Wow, they really are going for that FF7 reference with this one, huh?
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't really...
He's very reserved, and he literally is an evil Kaze, because he doesn't even acknowledge when the other villains are talking to him. He just does the whole standing and brooding thing. Just like Kaze when the main characters talk to him. It's the same shit.
He's an evil Kaze, but he's stronger. Do you remember how badly he beats Kaze up the first, 3 times they fight?
Yeah, he's the only one that gets shit done out of the antagonists, because the rest of them keep losing week after week after week, like you're watching fucking Sailor Moon. He's the one, though, that when he shows up, it's like, oh, okay, so the main characters are about to get their asses kicked.
Well, he has the magical power of my gun doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Yeah, doesn't Makenshi fight using mist and magic and shit?
Yeah, he has flasks that he will toss up in the air and then slice with his sword, and they will become things.
Well, he's voiced by J. Shannon Weaver, who's Kenshin from all the ADV dubbed Kenshin stuff, which, hearing his voice, I think he actually would sound really good as Kenshin. And Satoru from Devil Lady.
In this, so...
Yeah, and he's Satoru from Devil Lady. Honestly, hearing his voice, too, he sounds like a very close replacement for Griffith in Berserk, too. Kevin T. Collins' portrayal of him. Listen closely and you'll hear it. It sounds like if they needed a replacement, he's another one that would fit very well if he were still around today. I don't know if he's still acting or not. Probably not.
Well, I mean, He certainly could be compared to a lot worse.
Speaking of worse, and I mean that in
Uh-oh.
both ways, yeah, he did fine, but his older brother, on the other hand, Madoshi, who's only in one episode, I'm bringing him up because, well, you'll understand in a second. He's voiced by David Stokey, Lee from the Tekken film, the man who overacts in every scene he's in.
And he definitely did in this one.
Oh my god, yeah. No, you'll never have it. I'm not giving it to anyone. Ugh! Yeah, that guy from the Tekken film.
I
He's
mean,
in
he also
this.
gave us. Didn't he? Wasn't he the one that gave us one of our favorite lines in this? Or was
Yes,
that another
yes.
episode?
Now that was him. He said, "Who is the stronger between the two of us?" Pretty sure he meant who is stronger or who is the strongest. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he said who is the stronger.
He
Anyway, his
100% did.
yeah, his acting is over the top ham as fuck, which it wasn't supposed to be. It kind of ruins the scene a bit because I just kept laughing the whole time. But yeah,
I mean,
that's all our villains.
to be fair, he had been dead for who knows how long. He probably forgot how to talk
Well,
properly.
now we've got Nomi's waifu, the werewolf,
I'll kill you.
Lupus. Because
She'll be my
Lupus is,
waifu. She.
but Nomi Lupus is wolf in another language.
I know. I am aware of what Latin is.
But yeah, her whole thing is, which the show kind of jumped the gun on. She's like, if you get to know me, I don't think you guys will accept me to the main party. And it's like she's a werewolf, and they reveal it literally like 5 minutes after she says this.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
wow,
like,
that
oh,
was pointless.
Omega's attacking. I need to give me a mirror. We can transform into werewolves if we look into our eyes.
Yeah, she wants to take down Omega because Omega destroyed her realm. Her world. Fucking Mortal Kombat. Close enough. Same thing.
Eh,
Anyway.
but she has a more important mission.
Okay.
Being yandere for Kaze.
Yep. She 100% says, Kaze wouldn't even be alive without me. See, he needs me, because I helped him this one time, and that proves that he needs me. So I'm going to go off and find Kaze. I'm going to stalk him. You just had to stay with the main party, and Kaze would have showed up again. Okay, bye, see you in like 20 episodes.
I mean, there's literally a thing there closer to the end where she shows back up, and the first thing she asks is,
Where's Kaze? And it's like, he's right there.
well, and then the second thing she asks is, did Lisa get any closer to him?
Yeah, weird love triangle, I guess. Well, anyway, Lou is voiced by Larissa Wolcott, who is Pamela from Claymore, and Excel from Excel Saga Eps 14 onward. That's a story for another day. But yeah. She also said she's a fan of the games. Didn't go into much detail, though, so I don't fucking know. But she did like playing the Kaze fangirl. I almost said the Sasuke fangirl there. Is there a difference?
No. Sasuke fangirls don't have to pretend they're in the library, though.
Oh my god, yeah, when she transforms into a werewolf, she talks in it. She puts a little this to her voice, and it makes it sound like she's talking quietly, like in a library. Also, characters do that a lot when they die.
Yeah, they do.
Alright, the last group of people to go over. The Comadine members. The members of the rebellion. So, first we have Nave, the leader. Voiced by Ken Webster, who's Douglas from Petite Princess Yusi, and Mr. Kanzaki from Sakura Wars. The original, not the remake. I don't know what I'm going to say. Just typical military man leader. It's very vanilla. He's also afraid of frogs or some shit.
Yeah. He at least had that moment. It was funny.
Yeah, well,
it was a showroom fake out. It was great.
I thought we were gonna get anime titties. They lied to me.
Yeah.
Next, we have Nomi's favorite
No one.
character, Fungo, the penis head. No, his head is shaped like a thumb. I kept making a joke saying, no, it's shaped like a penis. Yeah, I'm ashamed of every one of you out there.
I
This is what you all do to me.
listen. It's this coping mechanism. Fungo is
I fucking
100% the
hate this
worst
character.
character.
I fucking hate this character. All he does is eat everything, including actual, like, objects, not just food, actual things, and
Literally, his introduction is stealing the lolly's backpack. When she finally tracks him down, she's like, "Give me my backpack back." He's like, "I already ate it." He's like, "It's a backpack." She's like, "Yeah, I ate it."
you keep calling her the lolly because saying I is too stupid.
Yes.
I had a feeling. But yeah, and then he just says, I've got a bad feeling about this. That's his one phrase all the time. Because they're like, oh, we keep him in the rebellion because his intuition is so spot on. And it's like, all he says is, I've got a bad feeling when shit is getting real. That's it. He doesn't do anything. Anyway, he's voiced by
See,
Marco Solara, who's not in anything else. And yeah,
not
his performance
surprised.
isn't great either, to be fair. So, whatever. Fuck Fungo. Fuck this character. Okay, fine, Nomi. Next is your actual waifu. Miles? She likes to eat bugs and frogs.
And dress the lolly.
Yeah, in different outfits. She's voiced by Heather Kafka. See, that's close enough to Kefka. I'm going to count it. Who's Noriko from Devil Lady, and Hina Giku from Wedding Peach. And just typical military chick. She fights, I guess. Probably would have gotten more on her if, not much else to say.
They had so much to do with the shit between her and the other best character,
Well,
Comedine.
speaking of which, the last member of Comedine to mention is Sid. Because of course this has a Sid in it. Every Final Fantasy thing has a Sid in it. Even the Spirits Within.
Yeah.
His whole gimmick is he names his inventions after women. Like Jane. Or Sylvia, etc.
Yeah, he's good at what he does. He apparently made the Ghost Train.
I still want to know how the fuck, but whatever. It's anime logic.
Probably on his old world. And he also made a collar watch thing that Chobi has.
Yeah. That he's wearing on his neck or whatever. And he's also gives exposition a lot. He's Captain Exposition about how things work in Wonderland. He's voiced by Robert Newell, who's Joey from Zone of the Enders, the anime, and Kabuto from Mazen Kaiser. But his most known role is Russian from Episode 9 of Jing, King of Bandits. Anyway, he said the most difficult thing for him was doing improv when a scene called for it. Because you have to know when the right time is to do improv and shit like that, and how to do it properly.
Yeah.
You don't like discount Chris Patton to me.
But Sid got to be a frog one episode.
Yeah, we'll get to that too. We're almost done. Only a couple of characters left. Like the Moogle. Because, yeah, it's Final Fantasy. Needed a Moogle. Voiced by Bill Wise, who's Knuckles from the 90s Sonic film. He said his favorite line was, because he knows Kaze, is, oh no, he used the wrong soil! That does sound really stupid when you say it out loud like that.
The only time I could imagine using that line is if I'm helping someone plant in the garden, I guess.
Yeah, there was a couple of funny things he said on his commentary too, where he said a scene reminded him of a cross between Crocodile Hunter and Battlestar Galactica in this anime. What the fuck kind of crossover is that? Sounds awesome, actually. I want to see it. It sounds stupid.
It'd be fun.
I mean, he also made the comment saying, it kind of sucks when something you really, really like becomes popular. Like say a metal band you listen to. You see that they're being played on TV, and you just think to yourself, I guess they're gonna make it. That sucks.
What?
Yeah, that's more or less what he said, dude. This reminded me of the state of how mainstream anime is, and look how fucked everything's getting with it,
Yeah.
And topic for another time, though. And the last one to mention, or there's a couple characters left. So we've got Chocobaba, who's obsessed with chocobos. Why bring her up? Because she don't want a commentary, so fuck it. Voiced by Lanny Frazier. Tales from the Sonic 90s film. Man, we're getting that whole cast list in here at this point. Someone's going to ask us to cover that at some point now. Probably. I don't know. Heard it wasn't very good.
I vaguely remember it existing, and then right afterward, my friend and I watched a Pokemon movie, and we enjoyed that more.
Well, yeah, off topic. Point is, Chocobaba's whole thing is she tells a story and then says, well, that's the rumor anyway. She has a sister named Chocomoyo, who's voiced by the same person, who says a phrase and then says, or it's something like that. That's their whole gimmick. Because every character has to have a fucking gimmick in this. That's it.
And then they get to talk to each other one episode, and it's great.
Well, anyway, the last character to go over is Clear, who's the heart of Omega in human form. Yes, I did keep jokingly calling him Clear the whole time because I'm a dick. You can ask Nomi.
Yeah.
Well, he's
clearly.
What up?
No, I was just gonna say they were, but that can wait until after you actually.
Well, he's voiced by Dan Diaz, who's Emperor Neo from Nadia's Secret of Blue Water, and Ayano from Zan. I wish you were here. He's also Joe Hayakawa, the twins' dad. What's weird is that there's a second voice actor listed for the dad, Brendan Walsh, who this is his only voice role. Was that? Yeah, my guess would be Brendan voiced him in the first episode, and then 20 episodes later, when they show up again, he's voiced by this dude.
He only got like three lines in the first episode, so.
Well, Clear's whole motivation is he wants to find the rest of his body parts, and he doesn't want to hurt anyone. In fact, he wants people to stay away from him, because he hurts those around him. Kind of reminds me of Zaref's plotline from Fairy Tail, honestly. Even down to befriending a lolly that doesn't care and isn't afraid of his curse.
I mean, I guarantee you, if it had the full 50 whatever, they would have had him come back and ship them together and all that, and it would have been young love. It would have been so nice.
I swear if Mashima at some point says, I was inspired by this. I was drunk one night and this came on my TV. That would be such a fucking weird swerve. But yeah, that's everyone on our main cast list. And the dub itself, it's better than Tekken's, but it's still very mixed, as we mentioned. The performances range from actually solid with Peast and I'd say Makenchi, but then you've got others like you and Fungo, the penis head, that are on the opposite end of the spectrum.
I think I think Fungo's dead last for me.
He is 100%. Because you actually got better. I don't think Fungo ever improved. You actually did.
No.
I got better.
Near the end, it's like, oh, he's learning emotions. It's too bad it's episode 23.
Well, let's see. For some of the silly scripting, though, there is a handful, as we teased before. We're going to go over some of the plot shit, too. Yep, they were all really stupid. Everyone loves stupidity.
That's why people watch you.
I know. Hey, that's true. But yeah, so let's see. There's the fact that they call... so there's this legend about the Xiao Chocobo, which is what Chobi turns out to be. Right? Yeah, we're obviously getting into spoilers here. If you want to watch the anime, it is all up on YouTube. though one of the episodes kind of fucks, so you're gonna have to go to a website, I guess. But yeah. Point is, it's all up there. But yeah, spoiler. So yeah, Chobi's the Ciel Chocobo, but they keep changing how they pronounce it. At one point, it's the Ciel Chocobo. I calls him the Seal Chocobo, like seal clubbing. I always said that because Ty made that joke off screen. You're a dick, Ty. Anyway, let's see. And you calls him the Shill Chocobo. Dude, how do they keep fucking up this one word?
It's very easy. You see, someone didn't care enough.
Let's see. There's other great lines like, I have a way to increase the power of your strength.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Well, you see.
Also, we mentioned that the whole 4 lords or 5. It's because Mackenzie wasn't technically one of the main lords until like F10 or 11. Then they called themselves the 5 lords, and they went back down to the 4. It's like, why wasn't Mackenzie considered one of them, though?
Almost like literally the episode where
Fungus.
Like, Fungus space literally like goes to the fragment of this planet and then later dies. Mackenzie becomes the 5th lord and then he dies. It's like, well, I guess we're the 4 lords again.
Yeah, I'll last so long.
Happy.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that in a second. Let me get through the script first, because there are some moments I like, and that does something. So yeah, let's see. Fabula calls Kaze the Black Wind, the Dark Wind on numerous occasions. Give us some consistency, bitch. But yeah.
Well, you can't say the word black anymore.
That's... What? Black, yeah. Some black. Anyway. But yeah, so a super thing with the plot, though. Things I liked. There's an episode where they're in the desert, and Lisa uses her Keegan arts to set water on fire, which I thought was kind of cool. She also manipulates the Keegan spirits or whatever, Ice Spirit, to resuscitate her. Because she was going to die from, I guess, smoke inhalation.
Yeah.
But to compare that with something I didn't like and was annoyed of, Kaze's Magun not working until the plot demands it.
Well, the Moogle said he broke the gun.
That's literally the show's asshole reason to say, yeah, that's why sometimes Kaze will say, it's not moving. I can't fire it. It's because we're only 10 minutes into the episode. Oh, we're 18 minutes in. It has moved.
Well, no, the interesting thing is until then, it seemed like the show was actually hinting that like the gun wouldn't go if he was like fighting, like unless he was fighting to protect people, the gun wouldn't respond. That's what it seemed like it was hinting at first.
It's just a way to basically buy time for bullshit. With how many times they recycle the stupid summon animation too.
100%. I mean,
hell, there's even an episode where you get a couple of them because Peace ends up stealing the Magun in his entrance, which one hell of a way to make one, and trying to use it himself. So you get Peace doing it, which is actually pretty funny.
Though you'd think that with all the summons in Final Fantasy, they'd all be unique, but we literally see Ixion 3 times.
Yeah. Well, it's because he's a lightning horse, man.
And then Phoenix twice. Then later Giga Phoenix, but that's technically a bit different, I guess.
But Nomi, the Magon is part of Kaze's soul. Remember, that's why Peace can't use it.
Yeah.
Also, there's a funny line where Peace says to Lou, "This ain't the 3 little pigs, sweetie." It's like, I'm pretty sure that's dumb only, but I don't care. It made me laugh. It was so stupid.
That's a good one. Get it? Because she's a wolf.
Also, they can't even pronounce Magun consistently. They say Magun or Magin. What? Did you catch that? Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to. I want. I. My brain wanted to make a joke involving McGinn, and that couldn't come up with anything because that was
Mugen from Samurai
stupid.
Champloo. That's all I got. There you go. There's your reference, Roll Huger. There's an episode where they're in a mansion that I liked, where everyone's separated. Classic horror trope, you know? And there's
Yeah.
illusions. Uh, Lisa meeting a flower spirit, who's, I don't know who the voice actor is, but they kind of suck.
It,
I'm
it
sorry.
was
I just be
no.
brutally
It was a.
honest here.
It was a flower when she was a kid, and then they had to move, and they couldn't take the flowers.
Yeah, turns out to be a
Kind
trap
of
from
weird.
Herba this whole time. But yes, Sagi was the plant Sagi so. Which this does work because if you pay attention during the episode, you'll notice Lisa's the only one interacting with the damn thing. But yeah, Sagi's voice actor sucks. I'm sorry. It kind of ruins the emotional impact the scene should have, in my opinion.
Yeah. It sounded like he was putting on a pouty voice the whole time.
I know that's what they were going for, but eh.
I didn't say it was good. I'm just saying, like, I could see what they were trying to do, at least.
I mean, hey, you get a funny scene where 30 Chocobo are kicking a mushroom to death. That's not in this episode.
Yeah.
That's in an episode after this. But I thought it was so
And then,
stupid I had
yeah,
to write it down.
no, it was great. And it was so great, the victory theme played for them.
Yeah, that's when Chocoimo, whatever the fuck her name is, shows up too. Why are these characters even here? They're just there to give exposition. Fuck off. Talk about the
No.
Chocobo loving sisters.
Yeah, but how else would you have found out about CL?
But yeah, so the thing with Fungus we brought up earlier, it turns out that when they brought back part of his world into Wonderland to make him feel happy, they were planning on him to lose. Earl was planning on him to lose because anytime there's tragedy or despair, it feeds chaos. Need to defeat chaos. Yeah, they say chaos a lot in this too. Because Earl Tyrant's true form is chaos. And they're trying to feed him.
Spoilers.
Yeah, well, I said one in the spoiler section.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But and
so
unfortunately, his chaos form is CG'd, so don't look forward to it.
But yeah, so it's like, well, Fungus keeps failing us, so we might as well put him to good use here and have him die as the final Fungus or whatever of his kind in his own world to make him feel even worse, blah blah, his own world he couldn't resurrect as it molds to death around him. It's like that's actually dark as fuck, and wish they did more shit like this.
Yeah, it was pretty. I mean, if yeah, we could have seen like Urba failed, and then Tyrant could have orchestrated a tragic death for her to make Chaos happy.
Don't you mean happy?
Very happy.
Yeah, and then, like, literally an episode after this, there's a scene where they're attacked by Omega again, and Fabula, the narrator, it's like, oh, I can't help you because I'm only a guide. Now let me guide you out of this tunnel. Isn't that helping?
No,
But she guided them away from Omega, didn't she?
she no, because they got to live, which means they had to be in this anime longer. So no.
She also gave them the bullshit pocket. Whatever. I mean, that's the
Yeah,
episode
see
where you said
that.
he wants to be strong enough to help out when Kaze isn't around, because, yeah, to be honest, the twins don't really do anything. They don't contribute anything to any of the tragedies going on.
I
So,
mean, when the lolly almost dies, that uh, I mean, yes,
whatever. I mean, you wanting to become stronger would have been a cool arc, I guess. We got it. And then the last
yeah,
major arc we get is the Ocean Puzzle arc with Peace. And this arc, oh my god, where to begin? So there's an episode where they all each have to answer riddles, or their submarine they're in when they're underwater will break apart. And the answer to the riddle is asking the mermaid giving the riddle, what happens if no one gives an answer? Because there is no correct answer to the riddles.
She just makes shit up to
And the mermaid that's
try to.
is going, what? No, no one is allowed to pass this riddle. It's like, what? What kind of bullshit answer is that?
Nothing
You've never
matters.
encountered anyone who said, I don't have an answer.
No, everyone was. All her other victims were arrogant as fuck.
Uh,
Obviously.
Whatever. It's also when Lisa's character develops with the whole fake smile thing, and she starts really smiling. Again, good stuff if handled a little better.
Yeah.
We already brought up Makenshi versus Madoshi, and how this would have been so much cooler if, one, dubbed better, and two, given more time to breathe. Because it's literally only one episode when Makenshi's like, what are you doing alive, brother? And then they have a cool fight. But, yeah.
Because Midoshi wanted to be the strongest. Or the stronger.
Yeah.
He always wanted to know who was the stronger, and then he died, so he never got to find out.
Yeah, it's again, I people know I like the whole siblings with opposing ideologies plotline. You know, DMC and shit. But
It can be done
this
very well.
this did not work very well because of how it was just haphazardly put into an episode of the week. Just like our next plot point, where I meets Clear, as we mentioned, and becomes friends with him. You know, the heart of Omega. Which is juxtaposition to right after that, when you meets Earl Tyrant after you get separated from the group. And whereas Clear is like, I don't want this, I'm cursed, please just leave me alone. Earl is evil as fuck.
But he also calls the other show to Mr. Happy.
Happy. It seems like he's a little confused when you says Wonderland is a terrible place. He's like, it is, and it makes you think, oh, does Earl not know what he's doing is evil? He doesn't understand the concept of good and evil. Again, interesting concepts, but you already know what we're saying.
Well, that part, I mean, that was just a fake out because literally right after this, like, yeah, no, this dude wants to become a fucking god and control everything. So, yeah,
And that's
he
also
does
where you
not
find
give
out
a
you and
shit.
I's parents are mind controlled. And I'm bringing this plot point up because the very next episode, they do the whole thing like, oh, they're trapped in memory lane, blah, blah, blah. And this is wasted potential as fuck. Right after you found out his parents were being mind controlled, you figured it would do the whole thing where they do the cliche plotline where they don't want to leave their memories. And you's like, oh, I want to be back where my parents aren't mind controlled and everyone's happy. But no,
No,
he just plays
no.
old maid with his fucking sister for the episode.
Well, because that was her favorite game, and she always used to make him play.
Because she kept losing. But yeah, it's same with the other characters. Like, they could have done maybe a mini arc on this where we saw each one of their memories, I don't know, with the Comedine members.
No, it could have been interesting. Though you mentioned that, but I'm glad we didn't get
I
any
know,
of
because
that
of the
through.
ending, which we're about to get to. Also, this is where Fabio calls Lou Lupus. Why is the phone ringing? Lou Lewis! Yes, really.
Oh god, I didn't catch that.
Yes. The fucking phone is still going off. You still hearing me?
I heard you. I thought I heard you walk away. I'm like, cool, phone,
No.
bastard.
No. Don't worry. I'll just there it was. Also, there's this weird dude that shows up in this episode named Bobel, who has a very
He's
Swedish accent.
he's Swedish Italian.
How are you doing? Yeah, he's the one. So he basically invented the flying water they're seeking, or the flying water outfit that Clear was wearing, so that way Clear wouldn't hurt people around him.
Yeah. Do you want to do you want to tell them why he did that?
Because he said Clear reminded him of his first love. Wow, I guess it really is Queer.
Yeah, but then
Yeah, and then Sid's like, will you make one for me? And he goes, no, you are not nearly cute enough. It's like, what the fuck did this turn into? Whatever, we don't have time for this. Let's just get to the finale. Okay, so at the end, Mackenzie takes down Peace in the penultimate episode by turning him into mist, and yeah.
Yeah, because Mackenzie wanted to stop.
Yeah, Mackenzie wanted to stop chaos. Yeah, he wanted to stop feeding chaos. Even if it's like, every time, Kaze, you use the Magon, you feed chaos. You don't know that. It's like, weren't you attacking him this whole time, though, which forced him to activate the Magon? You could have told him this sooner.
He wouldn't have believed me. He's so edgy.
Whatever.
I know it. Whatever.
Yeah, so, final episode.
The worst.
The final episode, the twists keep coming, man, because it's like they knew, oh shit, we gotta wrap everything up. So the twins, you find out, are from Wonderland, and they were adopted, because apparently the mom had a miscarriage. The one who was pregnant at the start of this anime. Anyway, they were lured from our world to Wonderland, and tracked via the tracking device on Chobi, making Crux a pointless as fuck character, because they were already tracking them.
Curio.
Yep, as all of their predicaments, fights, and everything were planned from the very beginning in order to turn them into the perfect ingredients for chaos. Yeah.
Not even the end of it.
I'm starting to think Aizen is over there blushing.
That is the stupidest part.
Yeah, it's also revealed Lisa was an agent sent to help the twins find their parents. An agent for whom? I don't fucking know.
I mean, as I told Dolphin, at least that one's a bit like we hear her talking to someone in the first episode.
Yeah, on a radio or whatever.
Every time Solali mentions like she's looking for a boyfriend, Lisa changes the subject, so it's kind of foreshadowed that part at least.
Lou Lupus throws Herba down a shaft, Palpatine style. Did I say Palpatine? Palpatine.
Well, so what Herba stabs Mackenzie, and then Lou literally fires a beam at Herba, and she just dead.
Yeah, and Herba gets killed. Lou gets killed too immediately after this. So Lou and Mackenzie become ingredients for Kaze's Magun.
But that's only 2 capsules. We need 3.
Yeah. Also, we find out. Don't we find out Mackenzie and Kaze are the white and black dragons?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a thing. Also, we find out
that was
what up? Yeah, that was earlier on.
No, I was.
We also find out Kaze's loved one he wants to avenge is not his girlfriend, but his sister, meaning that all the ships with him are great. He's fine. He can move on. As he himself turns into the final ingredient for the Magon, as Lisa Pacifist shoots Earl Tyrant, who's also merged with Omega at this point. Yeah, who's also, he merged with Omega and Chaos. He merged with Clear and everything to become an ultimate final form, with a gay pride rainbow-colored bullet, as she says, what we want is peace! Motherfucker.
I mean, I would like more peace. She's right.
Not that kind of peace. As Asuka then falls into the pit as well, killing him off, as Fabio brings us to a close, saying, what happened to our heroes after that, our travelers? Maybe someday you will know the answer to that, if we ever return.
Also, fuck you. We saw what happened in the credits. The rebel people were rebuilding their ship, and the twins were just fucking sleeping on a rock.
Well, as mentioned, that is not the end of it, or as I was about to mention, I should say. The anime did have sequels and prequels via drama CDs and mangas, like Final Fantasy Unlimited before and Final Fantasy Unlimited after. Wow, those names are imaginative.
But one of them, but some of them actually give us context about things.
Yeah, one of them gives us the backstory on Makenchi and Madoshi's relationship, Makenchi and Kaze's relationship in the past. It's like these were clearly just scrapped episodes that they were going to have. They're also Japan only, so there's rough translations online from what I could find. I don't think any of them are 100%.
And according to the Dolphin, one of those actually, because according to him, there's a reason it's called Unlimited.
Yeah, so again, take this with a grain of salt, obviously, but from what I could find out, it's because Kaze and Makenchi's race are known as the Unlimiteds. So it's like, if that's the case, the namesake of the fucking show isn't even explained in the show. That's like calling something Devil May Cry and not having the barn. Oh, the DMC reboot did that. Anyway, yeah, so it's dumb. Also, I was going to send these to Nomi. Why aren't they outside Japan?
The most we get is Asuka mentioning like, oh yeah, one person's power
is unlimited. Yeah, he said, I think Kaze's power is unlimited, which means his power can surpass that of God's.
Yeah, and then Earl gets mad about that one.
Yeah, going, I'm the only guy here, understand? Blah, blah. What a voice. And for those of you out there who are fans of this anime, there's actually apparently a reference in Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins, and I'm not talking about the constant saying of the word chaos.
Apparently from what you say.
Yeah, I heard one of the spin-offs, Kaze goes full, I need to defeat chaos. Again, don't quote me on that, though. These things I was skimming around looking for online. But yeah, so in Stranger of Paradise, the Phoenix summoning moment, there's a gun combo you get called the Soul of the Phoenix, where the character Jack even uses the same 3 capsules that he puts into the gun and shoots out a Phoenix summon. And yeah, it's the same 3 capsules from Unlimited, from what I saw people saying. So there you go, you get a nod to this anime. But that is everything. We covered it all. And what did we learn at the end of the day?
That I'm looking forward to Manana March.
Same here, buddy. Final thoughts. This anime is not good.
It is.
There are ideas that actually are solid, but yeah.
It's not even the worst thing that I've watched with Dolphin for this.
Not even close.
I wouldn't rewatch it. I'm sorry. I love you, Chobi. I love you, Peast. I'm not rewatching this.
Everyone, you should find a copy of this and send it to Nomi.
I will destroy with a hammer on my channel. I promise you this.
Yeah, it was honestly the episodic nature really kneecapped this as well, because it's like they really wanted to drag this plot out, which I feel like was because again they wanted this to be 50 eps, but it got cut short and they found out part way in and were like fuck, and there was nothing they could really do.
Yeah.
So
it definitely feels like it was near like 20 episode mark they found out.
Yeah, because the last 3 episodes are feel like a 3-part finale that just where everything is just rushed like breakneck speed to the finish line. And a lot of the plot threads they tease, as we mentioned, never get brought up. So yeah, it's bad anime, yet for some reason I don't think I could bring myself to outright hate it. Something about it just reminds me of those old classic anime you don't get much anymore. You know, like the Digimons and alike. So, and the dub itself is hilariously bad in spots. and okay in others. It's all over the place with the dub.
Hmm. Yeah. Well.
MVP of the dub, Ed Neal's piece. I don't think there's any argument on that one, is there, Nomi?
No. I mean, I guess some people might say tyrant, but I don't think they'd say it because of the the voice actor being really good. Just
Well,
more because of the enjoyment it gives.
she at least sounded like she was having fun. That's the thing. These people at least sound
Yeah,
like they
and
were having
that's
fun. Any dub issues I blame on either people not being experienced enough, which was clearly a lot of people if you look at the amount of roles they had, and or the directing.
yeah, that'll do. And there's literally a few games where it's like, I love this voice actress. They sound horrible.
Don't remind me of the Reflection starring Vic Mignogna, please.
I wasn't referring to that specifically,
You have no
so
idea.
I'm sorry.
Also, I love how this is the
It's
one that was handed to the Beat Studio, while the A Team got Anime Gunbear Goemon. That
yeah,
one gets the A
it,
Team with all their A-listers and everything, but Final Fantasy gets the B Studio. We don't want to touch this. Just fuck it, hand it over to them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure more people have heard of Final Fantasy than Mystical Ninja. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Whatever. We're not going to stop too
I
long. We're
don't.
getting out of here. Next Mignogna March. And I'm going to bring Nomi along for something that's even worse. I promise. Because I like fucking with him a lot. It's funny. So, hope y'all enjoyed. Let us know what you thought. And again, if you love this anime, that's cool. Again, I do see the charm in it. There's way too many problems, though, that are really hard to ignore. And hey, if you hate this anime, I don't know. Let us know if you disagree, agree with us on anything we said. And hope you all at least learned something about the voice actors behind it. And until next time, guys, thanks again so much for watching, and hope you all enjoyed. And remember, Nomi, soil is my power!